Tennessee Titans general manager John Robinson believes his football team got better over the last couple of days, and national pundits. The vast majority of experts agree. Most came away from the 2021 NFL Draft mostly impressed with the Titans' 8-player haul, which included 3 defensive backs, an inside linebacker, an edge rusher, an offensive lineman and 2 wide receivers. Ahead of the draft, many believed Tennessee would focus on offense early, specifically at wide receiver and tight end. Ultimately, Robinson and coach Mike Vrabel mainly strengthened a defense, especially the secondary, that struggled in last season. Everyone seems to agree that the Titans selected one of the, if not the best cornerbacks in the draft in first-round pick Caleb Farley, Virginia Tech. But his injury concerns certainly impacted some post-draft grades. Overall, though, the consensus is that the Titans had a solid draft, filling holes with potential starters while adding depth pieces and special teams contributors. "These guys that we selected this weekend, we loved watching those guys play football," Robinson said. "We loved watching, putting the tape on and watching them do a job that we are now going to hire them to do. I think they are going to add value to the football team in their various roles, and they are about what we are about with their play style and their makeup." Sports Illustrated, B+, let's be honest with ourselves. Part of this process involves teams stringing together a handful of players that we've heard a great deal about during the process, and the Titans draft seems to stand out in that we heard the term first rounder attached to more than one of their picks. More name recognition often results in a higher grade. I put this in a different category given the Titans took a calculated risk. Caleb Farley may end up being the best cornerback in this class, but dropped due to recent back surgeries. GM John Robinson said after the draft their medical vetting process was rigorous. The Titans were always going to go cornerback here and did a great deal of homework on the rest of the class. Their need at the position suggests that they would not take a flyer on Farley if they weren't confident in the return. Dylan Radunes is a promising offensive lineman who will step in and audition for the role left behind by Isaiah Wilson. But it may end up being Rashad Weaver who emerges as the darling of this class. The Titans secured the former Pitt star in the 4th round and, with so much uncertainty on the edge, could end up working his way into a regular role. Mel Kiper, ESPN, B. The Titans parted ways this offseason with cornerbacks Adoree Jackson, Desmond King II and Malcolm Butler, all of whom played a lot of snaps for them last season. They brought in Janoris Jenkins, but cornerback was still their biggest need.